Welcome to the ultimate guide to feline shenanigans. Cats, those mysterious, fluffy creatures with a penchant for chaos, have been entertaining humans since ancient Egypt. From their gravity-defying leaps to their ability to squeeze into impossibly tiny spaces, our feline overlords never fail to make us laugh. So, sit back, grab some popcorn or some catnip for your feline friend, and let's dive into the hilarious world of cat comedy. First up, let's talk about a cat's relationship with gravity, or lack thereof. You've seen them perch on the narrowest ledges, balance on curtain rods, and defy Newton's laws altogether. But of course, even masters of physics sometimes have their off days. Ah, the majestic leap, followed by the inevitable crash. Cats will attempt the most outrageous stunts with full confidence. And who can blame them? It's their world. We're just living in it. Take this bold little adventurer. Sure, it could have used the floor, the safe, reliable floor, to get from point A to point B, but no, that would be too mundane. Instead, cats opt for the high-risk parkour route. Why? Because they can. This brings us to the classic door balancing act. Why is it always the door? And more importantly, how do they even get up there? Some say it's skill, others believe it's sorcery. One thing's for sure, the dismount is always an unplanned, chaotic masterpiece. Of course, even feline acrobats have their limits. You've seen it before. A cat carefully calculates a jump, narrows its eyes, wiggles its butt, and absolutely misses the target. It's a tragic, glorious, slow-motion fail, but don't worry, they'll act like it was your fault. And then there's the recovery. Cats have mastered the art of pretending nothing happened. Just a quick lick of the paw, a nonchalant glance around the room, and voila, failure? Never heard of her. Let's not forget one of the most iconic examples of cats versus gravity, the dramatic fall. Imagine this. Your feline friend is perched confidently on a shelf, eyeing that one forbidden trinket they just have to knock over. Suddenly, the shelf gives way. The cat tumbles to the floor, taking the trinket, and your sense of interior design, with it. What's amazing is how cats manage to twist mid-air, landing on their feet with an expression that screams, "I meant to do that." It's like their entire body is on a mission to defy both physics and embarrassment. Cleanup in aisle living room. But here's the kicker. While they're experts at landing, they're also experts at acting like the chaos was somehow inevitable. Cats don't just interact with gravity, they actively rebel against it. Have you ever walked into a room and wondered, how did Fluffy get up there? Of course, not every climb ends triumphantly. Sometimes even gravity defiers need a little help. That's when you, the human, become the rescue mission. But don't expect gratitude. Cats will glare at you as if to say, "I had it under control. Just look at this. A perfect launch, graceful mid-air twist, and oh, there's the landing. Stick the landing, Fluffy. And oh no, they've landed on your laptop." Well, that's another excuse to buy a new keyboard. Sometimes their confidence gets the better of them. But whether they succeed or fail, you can't help but admire the sheer commitment. Their tail becomes a counterweight, their whiskers detect every tiny movement, and their expression says, "I am a professional, Karen." But even the most skilled daredevils slip sometimes. The result? A glorious tumble, followed by the universal cat recovery move, pretending it never happened. And there you have it, proof that cats are not just defying physics, they're rewriting the rules. Stay tuned because up next we'll explore another classic cat comedy trope, squeezing into spaces they have no business being in. Now let's move on to one of the greatest mysteries of the feline kingdom. Their obsession with fitting into things. Boxes, bowls, flower pots, even shoes. If it's vaguely container-shaped, a cat will try to fit. Take Mittens here, for example. She's managed to cram her entire fluffy self into what appears to be a salad bowl. It doesn't look comfortable, but hey, if she fits, she sits. The real question is, how do they get out? Spoiler alert, they usually don't. It doesn't matter if the box is too small or the bowl is too shallow. Cats are the ultimate optimists. They don't see limitations, they see possibilities. But let's be honest, some of these fits are less about safety and more about showing off. Take this ambitious feline, for example. Clearly they've overestimated their fluff-to-space ratio, but you have to admire the effort. Boxes, however, deserve their own category. There's just something magical about cardboard that drives cats wild. You could spend hundreds on a fancy cat bed, but leave an empty Amazon box on the floor? Instant success. It's not just about sitting in boxes either. Cats will turn them into forts, race cars, or even arenas for dramatic showdowns. Peekaboo, the box becomes the stage for a full-blown feline soap opera. What's the appeal? Is it the crinkle, the texture, or do they just like the drama of pretending they're invisible? Whatever it is, the result is pure comedy gold. How did they get in there? Why did they get in there? And more importantly, how are they so comfortable? If Houdini were alive today, he'd be taking notes. This is the classic "I don't care if I don't fit, I sit anyway" mentality. These cats are rebels, trailblazers, and quite frankly, the reason so many of us invest in superglue. Their confidence is unmatched. The results? Hilarious. Excuse me, human. Were you using this? Too bad. It's mine now. Fresh laundry is another favorite. The softer, the better. Forget wrinkles. Your cat's comfort is clearly the priority. Is it physically possible? Barely. Is it hilarious? Absolutely. These moments remind us why we love cats. They're endlessly curious, adorably weird, and completely unapologetic. So the next time your cat claims the smallest, weirdest spot in your home, don't question it. Just grab your camera and prepare to laugh. Up next, we're diving into another classic cat quirk, their epic battles with invisible foes. Ever notice how cats will sometimes lose epic battles to absolutely nothing? They'll jump 5 feet in the air, pounce at invisible foes, and engage in what can only be described as interpretive dance. What are they seeing? Ghosts, dust particles, the meaning of life. Whatever it is, it's serious business. And don't even get me started on their mortal enemy, the humble cucumber. Speaking of serious business, let's talk about cats' highly specialized skills as alarm clocks. Forget hitting snooze. Your cat will make sure you're up bright and early, whether you like it or not. Excuse me, human, it's 5 a.m., and I require sustenance. No, I don't care that you went to bed 3 hours ago. Feed me, or I'll knock everything off the dresser. And knock things over they will. Cats have perfected the art of passive-aggressive communication. Let's not forget the phenomenon known as the zoomies. 1 minute, your cat is a picture of tranquility, lounging like royalty. The next, they're tearing through the house like they've just seen a ghost, or are running from their own thoughts. Science hasn't quite explained why cats get the zoomies, but it's safe to say they're powered by pure chaos energy. At the end of the day, cats are lovable, weird, and endlessly entertaining. They're masters of slapstick comedy, unintentional pranks, and heart-melting cuteness. So the next time your cat does something ridiculous, just remember, it's all part of the plan, or at least, their plan. Thanks for joining us on this journey through feline hilarity. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more pawsome content. Until next time, keep laughing and keep loving those quirky cats.